honored if you would join us.
Holy.
Hi, and welcome to CutTheKragle. We are here live, alive and kicking, and we are building the Lego DC Comics Justice League Flying Fox Batmobile, what's the last bit? Attack. They don't have the full title on the manuals. Batmobile Airlift Attack. Yeah,
It sounds about right. Yeah.
I'm joined with my super friend, Greg, aka Brickitect.
I don't know. I don't really have a thing here. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're
Thank you for giving me an excuse. I know you saw the video. Thank you for giving me an excuse to pull this out of my storage room after 3 years to finally build it.
I couldn't believe, when you told me, I said, "Oh, how dusty was it?" And you said it was still in the packaging. I imagined it being in vacuum plastic, like the cling film, but it was still in the envelope.
Literally got it mailed to me and never even opened it. It could have not even been that inside there. And
I know. Can you imagine, you open it up and it's just a couple of house bricks or something?
That would have been amazing, actually. I would have loved that would have been a great twist in the story. All right, guys, I got this set. Kragle and I are building it tomorrow. Tune in for that. And I open it up and it's like a friend set. Whoops.
The thing is, though, people have bought sets. Normally, it happens a lot more in the States, but they've bought sets from places like Walmart, and then when they get them home, they're just random bags of Lego, and the minifigs are missing and stuff like that. Where someone's obviously bought it, taken all the good stuff out, returned it then with just random crap inside, and the people who've done the return haven't checked.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have happened.
Yeah, it could.
But it didn't.
Luckily, it didn't. I probably should have. I said in my video I should have probably sold this because would you pay for yours 100 something like that?
I think it was 116.99, something like that.
So this hasn't really gone up that much then over the years.
It's gone up further since I bought it. I mean, it went up a little bit when I got mine after seeing the Snyder cuts, and I was expecting it to have already quadrupled in price. But since I've bought it, I've noticed that there are no other ones on online on eBay in the UK at least that are more expensive. So I got a pretty good price for mine.
I see. Okay.
There was one that was a bit more than this at the time, but that was in an immaculate box, and I was like, well, there's a couple of nicks on the box. I'm fine with that. It's still sealed. My
box wasn't in the greatest of shape because the dude that sent it, he did a good job wrapping it in bubble wrap, but I don't really like it when they just put the brown paper on it and send it that way.
Yeah.
It's obviously it's going to get here, but that really puts a lot of stress on that box depending on what's on top of it on the truck and stuff. But
yeah, I don't know if you saw my Crackle's Den video, but I had something similar where a guy had just wrapped a 2-pack action figure one. It looked like he just wrapped it in a cereal box cardboard, and it was just mangled, but also it had a boogie on the back of it as well. It had snot on there.
Ooh.
I was not best pleased with that.
I wouldn't think so.
That was definitely, as Elvis Presley would say, return to sender.
The thing is, the things you collect, some people don't view it as collectible. They're like, oh, that's a Lego box, so who cares, Yeah. Like Amazon, that's how they feel. But to some people, that box is really important to them, and they would like to keep that box and keep it nice. Yeah,
definitely. And I would preferably like it not to contain any bodily mucus as well, if that's okay.
Yeah, adds extra protein on there for you.
Oh, God. It's no wonder I got sick with stuff like that. Although I will say, whenever I get a parcel, I always let it sit for a few days just to be on the safe side, because I saw some people commenting before when I was poorly going, "Oh, well, that's because you get so many parcels." It's like, yeah, but I don't open them right away. I saw this tile earlier, now I can't find it.
Yeah, I remember when the whole COVID thing initially hit, people were kind of getting on me about opening stuff from our post office box. I'm like, this was mailed 2 weeks ago. It sat in our post office for a week. We brought it home and let it sit for several days. I think we're okay.
Yeah.
But,
there's the red mother box. That's pretty cool.
I like this. You're ahead of where I am, I think, unless you built that out of order.
No, I think you've missed a page.
I probably did. I'm building Steppenwolf. Did I skip that?
You think you skipped Batman on the mother box?
I totally did. I was just forget that. I'm not building Batman.
I love how they've done the goggles. I on the tactical suit where he's got the silver underneath. So That's quite cool.
Yeah, I like your lighting in the background there. That's sweet.
I need to get some plastic strips for these because this is just the LED strip on there. My idea is to get like some sort of frosted plastic strips over it just to so you don't see the exposed LEDs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that look cool.
Because it goes up and then behind the shelves, and behind the shelves you get that nice glow. But, yeah.
I look at it as an accent. It really complements your walls too.
Oh, thank you.
Can't believe I forgot to build Batman. I guess I would have realized it sooner or later.
I know, it's Batman. Come on. I know what it is. It's because I put my head on Batman in the thumbnail, so...
I was so excited to build Steppenwolf. I think I love these buildable figures like this, though. Like Giant Man. I'm really excited about building that one. I wish I could do more of those. I
missed out on that Giant Man. I really want to get that one. This one I don't think I'm going to like because this is based on the old design for Steppenwolf, the Josh Whedon one. Because you've started watching the director's cut, right? The Zack Snyder Justice League.
Yeah, we got through the first chapter, but yeah, I know what you mean. He looks. I don't. Is that a spoiler? I don't know if I want to say he looks different. I'll just say that.
I mean, it's all the trailers. Yeah, he looks a heck of a lot better in the Snyder cut, and he looks closer to what he appeared at the end of Batman v Superman, but only in the director's cut because they cut him out of that.
I guess I should ask: is this you've seen the whole thing? So is this set obsolete then? Outside of that, does this even happen in the movie at this point?
Well, there's a sequence involving this vehicle that happens in the movie. It happens in both versions, but it is a heck of a lot better in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and it's what made me want to get this set.
Okay.
But the Steppenwolf figure, I'm going to see if there's any way I can do some improvements because he's pretty janky looking. I mean,
yeah,
the face. Ugh.
You know,
he looks like he has his nuts on his chin a little bit.
I'm not going to be able to unsee that now. Thanks for that.
I suppose we should have a look over, see who's with us. It's not just us here. We also have some people in the chat.
I didn't know people were watching this.
Wow. So
I'm nervous now.
Don't be nervous. It's fine.
Jeez.
I know it's your first time streaming, but come on.
First.
So I'm going to go from the bottom upwards. We have Canadian, we have FLX, Andy Wu, Coffee, the Welsh Capsucus, I'm placing that wrong. We have Arc Trooper Stud, I'm leaning over here, Lyndon Clutchney, Gabriel Sanchez, Jack, Brits and Pieces, X-Pug, Brickbinder, Fortify Bricks, Tommy Dempsey, I think I said Andy Yu, but hello Andy Yu again, Sam the Lightning Marvel fan, and I think that's it. Oh, Christopher Mitz and Spacetime Brick Studio and Lester as well, some of my channel members. Jonah, Mahan, Gavana King, Brad Spix, and Ben Morton. And I'm just seeing now because some people are commenting more than once. Monkey Man 9255. Let me know if I've missed out anyone else. But welcome. Thank you all for joining us.
Yeah, that's an impressive list of people there.
Apparently I forgot Bricked a Lot. There's some guy called Bricked a Lot.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is it Kai Productions as well? I'm leaning over, and for some reason, I'm
that's cool.
To test that angle. So
Bricked a Lot's very upset. He said you forgot him.
Yeah, well, it's not like he's ever done me any favors, like he was sending me Lego sets. Oh wait. He's a good guy, Bricked a Lot. We like Bricked a Lot.
This is the longest he's actually been alive. I'm so excited about it.
I remember you saying that he seems to just go off and...
I always, I say Bricked a Lot died, and I say it in a joking way, but sometimes people think that I'm serious, and they're like, what happened? What happened to Bricked a Lot? He just disappeared.
Did I tell you what happened, though, to me when I was in university, my first university I was in? I was there for 3 months, and I went to Australia. It was a trip that planned before I actually got into uni, and I was gone for about 6 weeks. And one of the guys that I had made friends with, someone said to him, oh, hey, where's Kragle? And he jokingly, just flippantly, because he was always had a dark sense of humor, going, oh yeah, he died. It was really bad, but yeah, he's gone. He's no longer with us. And the person he told believed him. And then told someone else, and then told someone else. And the funny thing is, this rumor went all the way around. It came back to the original person. He heard it and was like, oh my God, he's dead. So literally everyone in the university thought I had died. And I turned up then a couple of weeks later, and they're like, what? You're alive?
Oh, man. That's why, I think we've all learned that you shouldn't joke about people's deaths.
Yeah. Oh, Sam Jones is here. Flash. Oh. He says, "God damn, I knew I upset you the other day, but dude, forgetting me is harsh." I'm sorry. And also, I See Dead People 35 is here as well. Hello, hello.
Did we get everyone? If you're here and you haven't let yourself be known, let yourself be known.
Well, there is some way that you can let yourself be known. And there's a button that looks a bit like a pound symbol, but it's not. It's actually a dollar symbol from the far distant land of America. You can press that. You can send us a super chat, and we can highlight your comment. Just saying.
We'll love you forever.
How do you do this? Everyone else does stuff like that, and it sounds really fluid and natural, and not like begging or entitled. I do it, and I just feel like I come across as some sort of evil politician saying, "Give me your grandmother's house,"
I think we could do it where it's like you have to look like you're like a starving puppy, and then we'll do one of those things where it's like for only $1 a day, you too can help Kragle. We'll play In the Arms of an Angel. We'll have that playing, and I feel like we could really make this. I think.
Yeah, I desperately need beard oil. So think of the beard. Think of the beard.
If Kragle loses his beard, his superpowers will all be gone. Hey, it happened. Ask and you shall receive.
Spacetime Brick Studio, who's also one of my channel members, says, "I have been recognized. Thank you so much for the $5.
Officially doubling up, not only with the membership, but also with the super chat. The hero that we needed. Spacetime.
The hero that we need, but not the hero that we deserve. And on my word,
it's true.
Straight after that, we have Bricked a Lot saying, "Is this the right button?" With another $5.
Wow. I hope you feel terrible now for forgetting him because he just gave you a super chat.
I did say he was a great guy, so.
After you forgot about him.
After I forgot about him. That's normally what happens.
Terrible.
Oh, we have someone else here as well. We have Shy Time is My Time.
What up, fam?
He's put "Hey, fam." I'm not sure. Is that the real Shy?
I'm pretty sure it's an imposter.
Yeah, I always thought it was one of them.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like this is version 2.0.
He's evolved.
Yeah. Tomorrow it's gonna be like, "Howdy, fam." You're just gonna keep moving on.
Oh wow. I should have a special video queued up for when people do a super chat. I've got one for when people become channel members. So if we get any channel members, there's a special video that I put up. So similar to how there's a button with a dollar symbol, there's also a button that says join. If you click that, it will tell you some more about the exclusive membership perks that we have here at CutTheKragle that you could become a part of. I recently did a video, top 10 most wanted Lego themes Lego will never make. And that was actually voted for by my channel members. They decide the ranking on that top 10 video.
Do you trust those guys that much? They seem a little sketchy.
They gotta be on my channel, haven't they? So
I would say so.
It was also great because it means if anyone kicks off and says, "Hey, you can't believe you put this in number 1," I'm like, "Hey, don't take it with me. Take it with my members."
That's a great idea.
So yeah, they're a good bunch of people.
Yeah.
We also have a members only Discord, and we have a lot of fun hanging out on there and talking about all kinds of stuff, not just Lego, but films, TV, life, the universe, everything.
That's the kind of stuff that I subscribe for, is the other stuff.
The other stuff. You come for the Lego, stay for the other stuff.
That's what I like to think. Yeah, I was gonna say StreamYard's really coming through with like the epicness here. You got these friggin' like intros and all this stuff popping in here. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I originally thought that the video clips, or at least maybe they were, only available if you had the paid version. Mm-hmm. And I had the paid version when we did the Funko stream on Kragle's Den. Mm-hmm. And I used that for a few other streams, and then I basically just turned it off, the auto renew. And when I did, they were like, "Oh, can you tell us why you didn't renew your membership?" And I just said, "Oh, I don't see the value in it." And then they said, "Oh, we can give you a discounted version which has all the stuff of premium, but for like only $10 a month, but it has the StreamYard logo." And I was like, if I'm gonna pay for anything, it's probably the StreamYard logo getting out there. So thanks, but no thanks.
They make it really hard for you to pay for the premium subscription to it, considering they offer so much for free.
Yeah,
it's like, it's like free. You get 9 out of 10 things, and they're like for $25 a month, you can get number 10. You're like, yeah, I think I'm good with the 9.
Yeah.
But they might just be drawing us all in, and everyone loves it. And they're like, you know what, that free version? Yeah, no, that doesn't exist anymore. So I don't know.
That could be, yeah. You do get a heck of a lot of value out of the free stuff.
I think so. I think it's pretty decent. If you're doing a stream where you're having other people on, I don't know of a better way to do it, or an easier way to do it, I should say. Yeah,
I've been looking at doing OBS or Streamlabs, but the issue I have is that it seems very difficult to be able to host it with other people on there. So
I'm going to give it a shot because I'm going to start streaming here and there during the days, and I'd like to try to do one where I just like I'm doing it by myself, but then like if somebody comes in and I'm like, hey, come on with me, we can like chat for a bit, like while you're on break or whatever. I'd like to do that, but I'd like it to all be through like Streamlabs if I can pull it off. But I think I'm gonna have like earbuds in or headphones on so I can hear it, and then like I'm gonna have to like get Discord integrated with it with its own scene somehow. So it's gonna be a little bit of a thing, but I think I might be able to do it. I'm gonna have some time.
I think it's possible. I know Kathy Con Lego, she uses Streamlabs, and she has hosted people as well. I know Ryan does it, but I think he has the other person on his phone and just has their voice coming through the speaker.
It's because he's on a Mac, and it's difficult to get that audio through a Mac, but I think you can do it on PC. I need to do some research on it.
Yeah. I feel like if I was streaming more regularly and more frequently, I would probably go for the paid version. But it's like I would love to have a weekly, like a day and date that I stream every week, like a lot of people do. But because of my day job is on like a rota that changes all the time, I can't guarantee that I'm going to be there. And so
no, that's fair. I think my new routine is just going to be if I'm working on something, I'm just going to turn my camera on and stream it because, like, why not, right? Like, it may not be on schedule. Like, I can't be like, oh, every day at 11:35 Eastern, I'm going to be doing this. But if I'm working on something, let's just flip it on and bring people along, I suppose. Yeah. If anybody wants to watch somebody organize stuff, no one.
How was that camera angle? I realized I set up my camera for solo, and now there's two of us.
Yeah, you got to squeeze in. Got to get all skinny on the sides here.
Squeeze in. Oh, don't talk to me about getting skinny. This has not been a nice time for my waistline.
I think there's no better time than now, though, to make some changes. That's what I'm feeling in my own life, at least.
Changes.
I think I got most of Steppenwolf down here. I got to build his weapon, and then he's done.
Oh, you're ahead of me.
I think it's because I skipped Batman. Also, you had to introduce everyone too, which took an incredible amount of time because of all the peeps that are here.
Yeah, and don't forget, I did see you putting some pieces together before.
I was looking a little sneaky. I was like, put an extra piece on.
Is that because I built Welcome to Apocalypseburg in less time than you? Is that what it is?
I get intimidated when I stream the same set as someone else because I know I'm going to be embarrassed publicly when they see just how slow I am at building. So I try to do any little cheats I can. Like the last time that Ryan and I built together, I knew he was going to be way faster than me. So I built like the first bag of our Statue of Liberty, but then it turns out he built like the first 2 bags, which made things even worse and frigged me over. So it looked even worse for that. Thanks, Ryan.
It ends up basically that you do 1 bag before the stream, he does 2 bags, then you do 3 bags, and then it starts off the stream. And they're like, "Hey, the set's already complete."
I wasn't trying to one up him. I was just like, this will make it a little more competitive. So when he's done, I won't be sitting here with half the set left to build. But it still turned out to be that way.
Yeah. Oh, Shy is off. I think he's working on it. He says he's about to head into the hills, so I'm going to lose service. You all have a great stream.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, buddy. I need to sort this out. Where am I building? I'm building here, and you can't see me, can you? Let me know if...
I think you're good. You can see a good crotch shot on Steppenwolf there. You got that shot down. Batman's
skull.
Watching.
Look, I just noticed the skull there is almost a Lego version of the face he has in the Snyder cut.
I can see it.
Yeah.
This is it kind of reminds me a little bit of a small version of the mech armor, like all the Marvel mech armors.
Yeah, I was thinking so far it reminds me of the buildable Groot, from the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's not a highlight of this set, I don't think. I'm mostly looking forward to the Batmobile, to be honest. I want to see how that turns out.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, I don't know. This kind of, I feel like the closest thing that I've built to this has probably been the Rexcelsior, which is, I think, a little bit bigger than this, but when I saw this set, I actually liked the original movie. I know a lot of people hated it or whatever. I was like, oh, that was fun. I want to get that set. And I did. I got it for $75 back then, which I think was during a time when no one wanted it. So
yeah, I could have got this a heck of a lot cheaper if I got it when no one wanted it.
But you were still at like the forefront of it, though. You got in before all of the casuals got in and were like, hey, I think I'm gonna.
I still got a pretty decent deal on it, I think, especially
Yeah.
sealed and shipped as well. Yeah. What am I looking for?
What have I done? What have I done?
So how was your Easter break?
It was really nice. We had family over, which was the reason that I cleaned up my space here, and I'm thankful for that because it actually motivated me to be like, okay, I got to make some changes here. And they had them over, and we had dinner and stuff, and then we ended up we went shopping Monday into Tuesday in the outlet malls that's near us, and it was nice.
That's cool.
It was nice to kind of have some normalcy a little bit, but
Yeah. Our Easter break just kind of got away from us, to be honest with you. The missus is back in work. I've still got the rest of this week off. I booked it off as holiday.
Okay.
It was weird. It felt like we did nothing, but at the same time, it also felt like we were too rushed to do anything.
Sometimes it's nice to do nothing.
Yeah, it's just like when I say we didn't do anything, we didn't do sort of any normal Easter sort of stuff we do to like relax and chill out and celebrate or whatever. But we did some stuff. We went and visited my family, keeping social distance and stuff and wearing masks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was nice. Got to see both my parents and my sister.
That's nice.
We watched. We finished it now. We watched The Witcher on Netflix. Have you watched that at all?
I want to watch that. I've heard amazing things about it. I have the Witcher 3 for Xbox, and I have yet to play it. It's just I was like so cheap one time, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna buy it. But then I heard the show is supposedly like the most watched Netflix show, which I was kind of surprised by.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I thought Stranger Things was like the most watched.
You would think so.
But
I was surprised it's The Witcher. Apparently, there's a following. So I would love to see it.
It is really good. It
You've
is.
done the whole series then.
We finished the series last night, I think.
Wow.
But it is a bit of a head puck, for lack of a better rhyming word, where it jumps around a lot in terms of timeline.
Oh, okay.
So you kind of have to give it some. You have to stick with it to understand what's going on.
Okay.
But yeah, really, really good. It's got sword, sex, and sorcery. The free the free trilogy there. So
there's so much that we want to watch. Like we still haven't watched the new season of Cobra Kai, so I want to get into that eventually.
I can't believe you haven't watched that yet.
We binged the last two seasons because we were kind of late to it, and then I don't know what's happened. We just haven't found the time, I suppose.
Wow. Because I remember you were loving Cobra Kai, but
it was really good. I mean, I would say for anyone thinking about watching Cobra Kai, like if you haven't watched Karate Kid, you don't really need to. It adds to the experience, but you could watch it without it and enjoy it. That's on Netflix. So
why does that? And they don't like they're two different colors, but in the manual they look like the same color.
Yeah, I noticed I'm having a little bit of trouble with the blacks and the dark grays. There was one piece that came early on. I'm like, is that gray or black? But
yeah, that's odd. Yeah. I definitely find that with older manuals. Like if you're going back to like 2010, which only 11 years ago. It's actually weird to say it's 11 years ago, but some of those like the dark gray looks black, and then black looks like light gray, and it's just it can be heck of confusing. So, I think I'm building his axe thing. I'm doing this all off camera. I'm realizing I need to keep going more further forward.
Well, you can see your guy. He's looking cool.
Yeah, he's the main thing. He doesn't look that bad. He actually looks more realistic than the one in the original film.
I think to give him the scale that they needed to have, I think it works. It'd been kind of cool if he was just a minifig, though, too, I suppose.
Yeah.
He fit more into your collection as opposed to being like a brick built type thing.
He could have been a big fig, I guess.
Yeah, could have done like the Hulk.
Yeah. There we go. And that's his axe. It's funny, though, because I, as a DC fan, was a bit apologetic for the original Justice League because it was just good to have the Justice League, in live action on the big screen. Though I knew it was a very flawed movie, I was just happy to sort of say, hey, they're finally on the big screen. But honestly, the parts that I liked from the theatrical version, turns out they're like some of the only few parts that are still in the director's cut. So,
all right, so you must have had good taste in that regard.
Yeah, I honestly didn't think I was going to enjoy Zack Snyder's Justice League as much as I did. I went into it thinking this is going to be a similar experience to what I had with Batman v Superman. I don't know if you saw Batman v Superman in the cinema, but when it came out in the cinema, it made no sense. The
we watched it.
Was all
I
over.
liked it. I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm not like super critical of a movie. Like I can go in and just have a good time and enjoy it.
Right.
But
the thing is, when they released it on Blu-ray, it came with a ultimate cut, which was I think half an hour longer. It was 3 hours instead of 2.5. And when you watch that one, I still have a lot of issues with Batman v Superman, but the plot made more sense. And I kind of expected to have a similar thing with Justice League with the Snyder Cut. I thought the plot's quite going to make more sense. I'll probably enjoy it more, but still have issues with it. But honestly, it blew me away. I absolutely loved Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I'm all for a sequel if it gets the green light if they actually do a follow-up.
If there's money to be made, I'm sure there will be.
Apparently, it's been a massive success for HBO Max. So,
well, I was pumped about my most exciting thing, which is kind of crazy. I was excited about watching Godzilla versus Kong, and I was waiting for that to happen. So we watched that, and then after we finished it, Justice League was just kind of sitting there, and I'm like, all right, let's put that on. And I watched for like an hour. I was like, wow, this is really good. I was just gonna test it or give it a little taste, and there we were watching the whole first chapter.
Yeah. I don't think we have really intended to watch it all in one sitting, but it's exactly what we ended up doing,
That's a long time to be there.
It is, but it didn't feel like it until after we were done. Like it felt to me like it felt like it was a longer film, but it felt to me like more like 2.5 hours than 4. It was only like when Mrs. was like, "Well, I'm off to bed. I got work tomorrow," and I was like, "Wait, what? Like, what time is it?"
Oh, it's 3 a.m. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, "Is it too late to have dinner?"
We might have gone further, but we had already watched a movie that night, so it was kind of just like that extra thing. But now I need to go back and finish it.
Yeah, similar to Christopher Mitts, I was not expecting to want a Justice League 2. Absolutely. And I have to say, I want to see more of Ben Affleck as Batman Bruce Wayne. I had a lot of problems with him in Batman v Superman. I didn't really like him in Justice League. I thought, especially the bit in the theatrical one where he's goofily smiling as Superman turns up. That's not spoilers for the new one. That's in the old one. I did like the glimpses we saw of him in Suicide Squad. I thought that was more closer to Batman than any of his performances in the main 2 films. But he was fantastic in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I would love to see more of him. I know he's coming back for the Flash movie, Flashpoint, but by all accounts, that's going to be like him exiting the franchise.
I was thinking you appreciated him more because you saw Robert Pattinson as Batman, and you're like, wow, I miss Ben Affleck.
I like the trailer for that. I thought it looked all right.
I thought so too
on the casting, but yeah, I'm still not sure on the cowl of that one. It seems to have the Adam West style eyebrows, which is a bit iffy. But
it's dangerous making these type of movies though, because anything with like such a solid fan base, it's just I'd be too frightened to even attempt it.
Yeah.
Like no matter what you make, even like look at Star Wars, no matter what you make, there's gonna be people that are not just angry, but like one to kill you for what you've done.
Yeah. I mean, when I watched DC Fandom, which was the online like Comic-Con that DC did last year, they had an interview with the director. And I know he's also worked on the storyline for the Batman one with Robert Pattinson. And I was pleasantly surprised by what he was saying. Like, there's certain Batman comics that whenever a new Batman film comes out, people always talk about, oh, I'm really inspired by this story. And it's like the same 2 or 3 stories that have inspired Nolan, inspired Zack Snyder. And they're great stories, but you kind of feel like anyone could figure out they are these iconic stories just by doing a quick Google search,
Yeah.
Whereas this guy was talking about some lesser known stories, particularly one of my favorites, Batman Ego. and how they've influenced and shaped the film that he's making. And I was like, whoa, this guy knows his stuff. So I'm quite hopeful for it.
He wasn't like, I was inspired when I saw he lived in a bat cave and he had a car and like there was a butler guy named Alfred. I was loving that whole storyline.
No, he was talking about some deep cuts, some obscure Batman gems, honestly, and I was like, wow, okay. I'm still not sure how I feel about Andy Serkis as Alfred, but we'll go with it.
It'll all come together, I'm sure.
I personally have loved all the Alfreds so far, like Michael Gough, who was the one in the Tim Burton right up to George Clooney. I love Michael Caine, and I love Jeremy Irons as well. I thought he was a great Alfred. And Britlow, all you have to do is just listen to the fans and they will tell you what they want to see. You think it would be that simple, but companies don't like doing that. Even Lego don't like doing that.
Oh, I was just thinking of Lego when you were talking about that.
Yeah.
You do this thing and we want to pay you money for doing this thing. And then they choose not to do that.
Well, it's like with Ryan, the guy led the campaign for the 501st Battle Pack, which has been one of the best-selling Lego sets in living memory, if not the best. And how do Lego feel? They sort of begrudgingly acknowledge that he had a part in it, but then also say, "Can you leave the land?"
It's wacky.
It's almost like they don't like the fact that someone else was responsible for their success.
Yeah, I mean, I think I probably feel the same way as a lot of people, and that's that I think Lego makes some great products that I enjoy quite a bit, but in terms of their leadership and especially their marketing, I don't agree with much of anything that they do.
No, yeah, 100%. I'm constantly scratching my head at the decisions they make. It's
like that police station or the burglar hideout or whatever it was, the bandit hideout.
Oh,
the same set that I bought in the mid '90s in a Western theme. These days, you can't do. It doesn't fit their values. Whereas that did at the time.
They can't make a cartoon-style dynamite factory where some robbers hide out, but they can make the Colosseum, which was the site of mass religious and racial persecution and murder.
Obviously.
Won't someone please think of the children?
So is Lego Police just done then? Because if you can't have bad guys, you can't have robbers, bandits, you can't have that stuff. I guess. I mean, what purpose is there for Lego Police? Are they just going to be is it going to be like firefighters, just rescuing dogs from trees or cats from trees or what?
Well, someone was trying to tell me, dynamite. I mean, putting aside the fact that how did they get that far in production before they decided that it wasn't fit for their core values? But someone was trying to tell me that inside Europe, mainland continent Europe, that basically dynamite is seen as more of a weapon than a tool, and because of that, they couldn't, go ahead and make a dynamite factory. They couldn't make Lego Dynamite, which makes no sense because they actually have a specific dynamite mold accessory for minifigures that is in virtually every other Lego City set that has a robber or anything on there.
Again, I take you back to the bandit hideout or whatever it's called from the Western theme. Those guys actually had pistols, revolvers. They had rifles, there were guns in that. And it's just, what was that a problem then? Probably not at all. Would it be a problem today? Probably not at all. But whatever. It's their game, I suppose, and they can make decisions they want.
Yeah,
that's why I try not to complain too much about YouTube. It's you just like Lego, you provide us this opportunity, whether it be in putting out content or streaming or playing with it or building this toy, which is awesome, and it's your house and your rules. So we can complain about it and grumble about it, but it's still their thing.
Yeah, I get that, but at the same time, I feel like we have a right to have an opinion.
Sure,
consumers and stuff. So I remember someone before said to me you shouldn't even comment on whether or not they should cancel a set because you have nothing to do with the decision. And I'm thinking, well, that doesn't make any sense. As a consumer, as a customer, as just a person living my life, I have the right to opinion. Just as you have the right to not click on my video if you don't want to, hear about someone's opinion on something.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I do think it's silly, but it is funny how we have I think we have an age now where it's so easy to get feedback from the people consuming the media, the products that the companies are making, and they still haven't fully yet realized how to utilize that resource. Like you go back to like the 70s, 80s, 90s when they used to do test screenings and have like them fill in questionnaires and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, I used to get getting stopped on the street actually as a teenager. Like someone asked me to test these different types of sources and everything, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, there is this tool now with the internet. You can do surveys on it. But even just looking online and seeing what things the fans are asking for is right at their fingertips, but somehow they still get it wrong.
Yeah, it's wild. I think there's a disconnect there between the people that are making the decisions and the people that want things. Just like the LAN. I know we talk about the LAN often, and it's like I still don't feel like they fully respect the value of the people on YouTube that make content. I don't think they understand how valuable that can be for them.
Yeah.
At least speaking from my perspective on it. But they, you know, it is what it is with them.
It's very bizarre. It feels. I mean, I've said before that I feel like the main problem with the LAN is that it was built for something else other than, for lack of a better word, influencers. You know, it was built for these lugs, not sort of online Instagrammers and
yeah, maybe they need to decide what it is actually. Like, is it a thing for lugs where they can participate in it and they become a part of it, or is it a marketing campaign where you're sending sets and allowing people into this thing with early access and information to advertise your product? Like, what is it? And it feels like it's a little bit of both, but I feel like that end of it they've really dropped the ball on in like every regard.
Yeah, they don't have. I don't think they have anyone in charge of that understands how to do that.
Right.
It's
like speaking like from my perspective, like them declining us when we applied just because I make videos with my son, who is like the demographic of like what they are making products for, and sharing it in a way that not many people do, where you see like a dad's perspective, a kid's perspective. And you know, I speak my mind very honestly about Lego, and maybe they know that, and that was a problem, but it just seems weird to like be like, no, this is strictly for adults. It's like, okay, I don't understand why us essentially advertising a Lego set, like a roller coaster or a Lego city set or whatever. You could even do a junior set. How is that for people that are 18 or up? You know,
it doesn't quite make sense, especially as you know, up until just after that point. That obviously, you know, you got declined from the LAN. They were very insistent on Lego is only for their, you know, core demographic of 8 to 11-year-olds, and if you liked it and you were older, great to you, but you know they're not going to pay any attention to you. Obviously, there's been a bit of a shift now where you know they've done the 18+ sets, they've done more stuff and acknowledged the adult fan base actually exists. But there's still like they still, to me, feel like they've got one foot in the door, one foot out. You know?
Yeah.
But I honestly, I was a bit baffled by that whole thing of you getting rejected, because I thought, well, your main audience is people your age who are the parents buying the sets, and Clark's age, the people who want the sets. Surely that's a golden opportunity for you. If anything, they should be paying you to make adverts for them.
The truth is, I think the main reason that I wanted to get in, it wasn't necessarily like getting free sets or whatever. It was actually the honor or the prestige of being a part of it, to know like, okay, you're officially like a Lego YouTuber and you've been acknowledged by Lego, and it's like an honor. But now, like with that being like the thing that drove me, now seeing like Ryan getting kicked out and basically being like, I really don't care, and then like Justin leaving under his own will, it's like, okay, maybe it isn't the thing that it was, that I thought in my mind that it was, where it was like, oh man, you really, to be somebody, you have to be somebody in here. You don't have to be anybody. You can just be yourself. I don't need them to support me. I can buy my own Lego sets on clearance at 20% off, never pay full price, right? Maybe they heard me say that maybe too many times, but yeah, looking at it now from like an outsider's perspective, and not being like the guy that was kind of hurt that it got declined, I definitely don't feel like I'm probably the best candidate for the LAN. Not only because I'm not like on the forefront of things. I buy stuff when it's on sale or clearance. I enjoy, you know, speaking out against Lego, and I don't think they appreciate that at all. So I think all of this kind of, maybe they knew more than I did that this wasn't going to work for us.
Yeah.
But I could sure sell the hell out of a Lego set for them. I
wish they would be more honest and consistent with what they say, though, because I know people who have got like Brickstar, who got rejected because he has a Bricklink store, which is weird because this was after they bought Bricklink, you know. But then I know someone else who got into the LAN.
They have a Bricklink store.
Because they have a Bricklink store, yeah. They have a YouTube channel, they have an Instagram, but neither have a large following. Their main sort of like they're known for is their Bricklink store. Likewise, the whole thing, and Ryan mentioned this in his video about why he quit, and he said like one of the biggest hypocrisies is the whole you can't have a sig fig as your profile picture if you apply for LAN because they see that as breaching their copyright. Yet
which is why I was declined the first time that I applied, because I had some fan made us a thing of me and Clark as minifigs, and I put it in our logo, and that was the reason they declined me. And it kind of leads me to believe that they kind of just make a snap decision on you. They kind of look at your channel real quick and they're like, we like them or we don't. And then it's like, what's the easiest thing to decline them on? So in Brickstar's case, it's like, I don't really have anything. So we'll just say that you have a Bricklink store and it's a conflict. So you're out. Me, it's like, okay, I see a lot of kids in the thumbnails. Okay, that doesn't work. This is adults. And it's just like, what can we turn you down for? That's the first question they ask. Unless they just pop in and they're like, yeah, I like this guy. You know, I don't know.
They couldn't even be bothered to think of an actual reason for me because obviously.
What did they say for you?
Well, you and Brickstar put up like the letter that you got rejected, and my one was basically the same letter as yours and Brickstar's, minus the one paragraph that related to your channel. So, like with my one, they got the template, and they didn't even bother filling in like the actual section that relates to my channel. You know,
your insert name here. We regret to inform you.
Insert reason here.
That would be hilarious. I would have loved to share a letter like that if it actually came through. But what made him look even worse under my situation was that the previous guy that ran the LAN, like he knew of me and Ryan and all these people, and he basically like I had like the proof, the email that he sent me that he basically was like, yeah, I really don't see any reason you'd be turned down. Reapply and we'll get you in. And then he ends up getting fired or whatever happened. And in the process of the 1 year that I was waiting to get like accepted. And then by the time it all kind of went through, they're like, yeah, no. So it made them look like fools. And there's a lot of things I think that as time goes by, they keep looking dumber and dumber.
Yeah.
Not the movie, because that movie's actually good, but you know.
No, I know what you mean though. It does get.
I know I probably sound like bitter about it, but I really don't care at this point. I was upset initially because it was like, I guess maybe it hurt my ego, if anything, I suppose. Because like I said, I wanted to just have like the acknowledgement that you're special, but I don't need that.
I was disappointed in the fact that I didn't get any feedback because I heard from people and they were like, if you get rejected, they'll tell you why. And I was like, okay, because when I applied, you know, I was even smaller than I am now, and I didn't have any illusions that I was going to get in. I fully expected to get rejected, but what I wanted was some feedback and sort of like to use that as a direction of how I can improve to aim towards, you know, getting in the LAN. And then they gave me this rejection response, and they rejected some of my friends for like insane reasons. And I kind of like thought, is this even worth it? You know. Mm-hmm. Yes, it'd be nice to get free stuff. Yes, it'd be nice to get press releases so you can do the news videos, you know, lined up ready, as opposed to sort of reacting after the fact. Mm-hmm. But yeah, especially with the whole thing with Ryan and with Justin, who I was really surprised when he left the LAN, because I always thought that he was kind of like their poster boy.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, yeah, the LAN for now, as it currently is not for me. I feel like it needs to be looked at. I'm not saying that I would never be in the LAN because, you know, I would love it if they improved the scheme and, you know, people like maybe even Justin would be like, hey, I want to go back into it now because it's changed from what it was.
I feel differently. I at this point, like when Kim originally reached out to me, it was because I was saying that LAN's dead to me because I wasn't going to reapply since they declined me. And then I think it got lost in translation because he thought I was saying like, I don't have another chance to apply. So he invited me to apply, but now I really do mean that they're dead to me. And even if they came up to me and were like, hey, we would love to have you. Because I would say right now they're probably kind of desperate considering like they're two big guys on YouTube left. I would still say no. I'm like, I would want to see some changes. I would want to see some evidence and hear back from people whose opinion I trust that there's been a change in LAN before I would want to be in it. I'm kind of at the place where I don't want to owe anything to anyone, and I don't want to be in debt to anyone. I learned that when I did that Lego periodic table thing, and the lady was hounding me about it and stuff, and it wasn't a good product. And I'm just like, I don't want to do this. If I'm going to get something, I want it to be under my own will, and I want to be able to be who I am without somebody like at the very least expecting something of me. You know what I mean? Like if you get a free set from Lego, regardless of what your opinion is, positive or negative, I don't want to have to be like the yes man that I feel like maybe people potentially become when they're in the LAN. I want to just be myself.
No, I get that.
I don't think that's worth them sending a Lego set for.
I found out about the whole periodic table Lego thing from people who had been approached to do that, to review it. They didn't approach me. I'm
surprised. They like approached everybody, it seems.
I feel like I've got a really bad reputation over the last 12 months in the Lego community. I feel like I don't want to say I'm the bad boy. I just feel like I've been given a reputation of best to avoid that guy. And I'm really tempted to just lean into that now and become like a bit of a tearaway and just like use that personality to my advantage. Maybe
the world needs villains.
One of the things was, I remember BFAB told me that he got sent it, and the woman was messaging him saying, "When are you going to do a review?" And he's like, "Have you received it?" He's like, "Yeah, I received it. I can do the review for you, but I'm gonna be saying that it's a piece of crap and that it's not worth $40. It's worth more like $10. So shall I still do the review?" And they were like, "No, don't worry about doing the review."
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I think I'm pretty much the only person that declined the affiliate code to sell them to people, and also gave in my opinion, is a very honest review of the product. Not to say that other people that reviewed it that were positive on it didn't actually like it, but if you were to watch my video, it's hard to say the things that I was pointing out on it aren't true, especially at the price point.
Yeah, I just
like $40 for a piece of poster board with like a convoluted design on it and a couple Lego pieces stuck on the front. That's not worth $40.
No, not at all.
Especially considering that the data they're putting on there, as soon as next year hits and they put Lego sets out, all those numbers are going to be wrong. So then you need to get version 3.0 for $40 that has new updated numbers. And I guess it's cool if you get it for like your dad that maybe like is a casual fan of Lego and he wants to put it in his office or something. But I think most Lego people, you're much better off taking that $40 and spending it on a set.
Yeah.
Or whatever you're into. Just spend it on something you actually enjoy.
There's much better stuff, I think, but if you want something Lego to display. I mean, one of the things I noticed straight away was that I think it's not officially called teal, but the teal color that came back with the downtown diner, because it was a retired color. Mm-hmm. They put on, I noticed in your video, they put the year and they said in production from, and they put the original year. And I was like, well, that's not strictly true because there was a gap there where they stopped producing that color and they brought it back.
See, I wasn't knowledgeable enough to call them out on everything being right or wrong. I was just like, just looking at this, and I'm like, okay, all I really want to know, I don't care about all of the, like when it came out, how many sets it's in. I want to know what that color is called. So when I go looking for it, and then you have to look over on the legend, and then it's abbreviated. So you have to kind of like look at the all like the D's, for example, if you're looking for something like dark yellow, or I don't know, I'm making things up here. And then you have to find it in there by looking at the Bricklink number that's not in order. It's just it's so dumb. It's such a dumb idea. And I didn't realize, if I would have realized just how like bad the product was, I would have declined it. But they harassed me, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. I'll do a video on it. And I regret it. I'm not taking products from people anymore. I'm done.
Whatever.
Unless something's really cool. Like I think like if there was something that I was like super into and super passionate about, I would probably do that, I guess. Because that I wouldn't feel like I'm in debt to someone. Like if you know how much I love like RC trucks, for example. And if Traxxas called me up and they're like, hey, we got this new Bigfoot monster truck. I saw how much you love the old one. We got a version 2.0 that I think you guys would go crazy over. We'd love to send it out to you. I'm not going to be like, nah, I don't want to be in debt to you. I'd be like, dude, send it over and we will show you how much fun two people can have with an RC truck. But if that was Lego, they'd be like, oh no, that doesn't fit our demographic. You know, it's like so dumb. That's another thing. Like we're talking about this whole Lego situation and like them not like approaching people that could advertise their products. Like I've done like thousands of Lego videos or whatever, shared years of like collecting Lego. Not once have they reached out to me, and twice have they declined me and like working together. But like I've done like one Lionel video, and Lionel reached out and offered to send us this Polar Express train. One video. And it's like, why is Lego not like these other companies that see opportunities in Lego YouTubers or just YouTubers in general and what they can provide to people? It's insane.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, to make one video versus dedicating your entire channel to this product, it's so backwards.
I almost feel like I think that they almost view YouTubers and Instagrammers, you know, I use the word again, you know, I don't like it, influencers, as like a hindrance. Like they don't like the fact that we exist because we're almost like a big marketing tool that they don't have full control over. Like if you commission a television commercial, you have full control over that. Whereas with, you know, us, we're obviously, you know, we are going to be a form of advertisement just by existing and, you know, doing content based on their products. And I don't think they like the fact that they don't have full control over it. And I think that's why in the land there's been some stuff where, you know, they've said, well, you got to stop saying stuff like this, or you can't do this, you know?
Yeah, I can see that. You're like a liability, kind of.
Yeah.
There's some speculation I've seen people say too that we're going to make the videos anyway. Like take Ryan for example. He's going to review every Lego Star Wars set, regardless if they send it for free, regardless if he's representing them. He's going to do it anyway, and he's going to spend his own money on it. So why bother? Why pay him to advertise or give him money to advertise when he's going to do it on his own free will?
Yeah,
I've seen that too. So I don't know. I guess we can speculate on it for days, but it doesn't really change the situation. And I think like the guys that were in it and that have left, I don't think they're any worse off for not being in it. I think they're going to do just fine. In fact, maybe even better. Yeah,
it's interesting because like going back to what you said before, that you felt like it's almost lost its luster, the appeal of being in the LAN. I have heard from people since, you know, that Ryan was asked to leave. Well, I don't know if I want to say that he was kicked out, whether he was asked to leave, whatever way you want to look at it.
I would say kicked. I don't think they did much asking. I think it was like, hey.
But I've seen people say like they still want to be in part of the LAN, and I've seen people say like, yeah, it's lost its appeal for me, and I kind of feel like the ones, and this is a broad generalization. I don't mean anyone in this. I don't mean it as a negative way as such. Sure. But the ones who are still saying like, oh, I wouldn't mind being in the LAN, I feel like are holding out because of what you said. Like they must be a bit more desperate now, so they feel like, because Ryan and Justin aren't in it, their chances may have increased. So if they were to say, oh, I don't want to be in it anymore, it's almost cutting their nose off to spite their face.
Yeah, I get it.
So, you
know, you think about it, say they had 2 slots or whatever. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm not judging anyone for being of that mentality. Like, I can see the appeal in terms of getting free stuff and having, you know, the press releases. But I do wonder if they feel similar to how, you know, we feel, but at the same time they're weighing it up and going, well, I'd rather be in it than out it. And if I say that, like, oh yeah, I agree with Justin and Ryan, then I'm gonna you know, corrupt my chance.
Burn some bridges, I think is the phrase that you're looking for. Yeah. Well, I'll burn my bridge right now and say if they drove to my house and knocked on my door and they said they had a red carpet rolled out and they're like, Greg, we would love nothing more than for you to join the LAN because we think you'd be such a great asset. You and your son who share their videos together and your experience, we'd love to see that in the LAN. I'd have 2 fingers up for them, and you can probably guess which ones it can be. So if I ever end up in the LAN, somebody clip this and show it to me, expose me and cancel me, because that's where I'm at. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. Because you like, the way I see it, they had their chance. You know, I was excited about it. I thought it'd be cool. I wanted to be like accepted and like be a part of it. But I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. I don't need them to send me Lego sets. I can buy my own stuff. I'm good.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll get off my. I wasn't planning to rant today, but
I can't afford my own Lego sets. I spent it all on beard oil and beard combs, so I need free Lego sets. Or I need people. I see what I do. People can help me by clicking on the join button below. become a CutTheKragle channel membership, we have a whole range of exclusive perks, including our members-only Discord. There's a couple of different tiers, and one of the tiers also gives you access to my monthly vlog series as well. You
Is
can
there a
see
face
the
reveal?
other vlogs for free on the playlist. There's a playlist, I believe, from my channel homepage. And I've continued that series as an exclusive perk for my Kraggles Club members.
That's crazy.
Andy says McFarlane should send you action figures to review. Yeah, Kraggle's Den is very, very small, even smaller than CutTheKragle, so I can't see that happening. Although that would be cool because having multiple hobbies involving collecting gets very expensive.
Brickstar said he thinks he's on the Lego Group's do not call list. I would love to see Brickstar's reaction if they showed up at his house and said, man, we love what you're doing here with your collection and your Lego museum and your Bricklink store. We would love to have you. I would love to see what he says. It would be classic. I feel like his response would be similar to mine at this point, but I can't say it with certainty.
I just saw this comment. GLXY with us says, I was watching your review of Bo-Katan Firestar Toys the other day, and I literally can't stop laughing when you said, oh, you are a sexy girl, aren't you? That's no reason why they won't have me in the land, because I call minifigures sexy. But there you go.
It's only creepy if you make it creepy.
I don't know if Brickbinder is saying that as a joke, or if there actually is. I hope there's not an actual issue with clicking the join button.
I think he's a bit of a trickster.
Can you imagine that? Like, everyone's clicking on the join button and it's just not working.
Literally, people are lined. I think they probably broke the button is probably what happened. Everybody was clicking it so fast that it broke.
It was like Lego's website when they did the whole thing. Have you seen that, by the way? Bricks are the £50 discount.
Yeah, what's up with that? I saw that on his Instagram. Like, they're selling out of, like, what would you call it? Gift certificates or rewards or whatever.
Yeah.
How odd is that? Like, how do you sell out of like money off of a set? How do you sell out of that? It's not like they're in production. It's not like you're even printing like a physical piece of paper. It's like a digital reward sold out. I'm like,
it's worrying because that means that they're limiting the amount. Because before they were like, oh, it's the same as before, where you can use your VIP points to get percentage off or get money off. Your Lego sets, but now you have to do it online, and there's also other rewards which basically just ways to try and get you to part with your points without actually costing them the money that you get off the set. Yeah. But now they're like actually going to be able to sell out of that. So your theory is that a massive order and there's no discounts like in stock.
You're thinking that like the accountants are like, hey, we've really done a lot of money off of Lego sets. We better cut off that $50 off because we're getting hurt here.
Yeah,
that's crazy, dude. Like, I'm not even at this point. I'm not interested in getting money off of Lego sets. I'm interested in them like having cool stuff on there that I can get, like the coins, the like any extra stuff. Like, I don't want the Harley Davidson wallpaper. I don't want 14 days of Xbox Live. Put some cool sets on there, stuff we maybe haven't had in a long time, haven't had access to. I'll give you all of my points back. I don't even need the money off. Just like give me some neat stuff, and I'll even make an order so I can get my stuff, which I think is also kind of sucky that you like my coin I redeemed, but I wasn't buying anything right away. So I have to like hope that in me redeeming my coin for a code that they'll save my coin long enough that I can redeem that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, what happens if you redeem a code and I'm like, okay, you owe me a coin. And then they're like, actually the coins are sold out, but then I have my code and I can't use it.
Well, that's the thing. Cause you can only do one promo purchase per order. So, like, if you got the coin, but then say you also wanted, I think they do a Stranger Things, like, VHS notebook, you'd have to do 2 separate orders to get those shipped to you. They won't let you, they won't put the coin and the notebook on the same order. Yeah.
Because I saw someone comment on Brickstar's Instagram thing, and they said, well, you could just get 10 $5 codes and then just keep putting them in, and you just like backspace out of it and keep doing it. I don't know if that's true or not, but
I think you can do that. What you can't do though is you can't like say if you're getting like the actual rewards. So if you were getting the coin and you added that to your order, you couldn't then use more points to get the notebook and have the notebook on the same order.
That's stupid.
I have no idea why that would even be a thing, but apparently that's why they've done it.
Yeah, like say I had tons of points and I wanted to use them up, and I get like 3 different things. Why can't I, being that they're already shipping something to me, other than them questing for more money? Why can't I put those 3 things on there? If it's a notebook and a coin or whatever, why can't they just throw that on the order and ship it?
Exactly.
It's rightfully mine, right? I mean, sort of.
I am worried though for your coin now, because I remember I did it was like a tech survey or something, and got the code to have the gift with purchase, the rocket ride thing. I already had a couple of them, but I did this tech survey, and it was like at the end of it you get a free code to use. Again, like you couldn't do that code unless you were already placing an order. So I waited, I think, about a couple of weeks. I remember probably like 2 or 3 weeks until I was going to do an order, and I went to use it, and they said the code is expired. So
I should probably go on and order something for $35 and try to get my pirate coin, because I already missed out. Or yeah, which one did I miss out on? I got the Octane and the Castle. Oh, that's the space. I missed the pirate. I'm getting the space one. It might already be gone for all I know, but I'm kind of bummed about that. If I can.
Yeah, I mean, I still look at the coins as a way of Lego getting you to use your VIP points on something other than money offsets. But at least it's something physical, I guess, as opposed to like a coloring page or a digital wallpaper. But to me, they have no value. But I get that.
Yeah, I know they're like worthless or whatever, but for me, it's what I was saying. Like, instead of getting $5 off a set, I'd love to have like just a little coin or something that I'll never look at or touch, but it's like something that I have.
Oh, hold that thought. We have a donation.
Hey,
thank you so much for the $4.99. It says VIP should be treated important. Why is it easy to find things that aggravate us? I mean, I've had this discussion. I think I've had it with you before, Greg. Like, yeah, you're more likely to remember a bad experience than a good one. That's part of the human condition.
Yes.
But I would definitely say that, considering the original meaning of VIP was very important person, it feels like you have to jump through so many hoops to actually claim anything with VIP that it feels like they're deliberately putting obstacles in your path.
Oh, they absolutely are. Otherwise, you'd just still be able to do the drop down where you get, whatever money you have, you could use. They don't want you using your points. It's simple.
Yeah.
But yeah, them taking away the opportunity to use your money that's crazy.
It's bizarre, because if you're paying from Lego.com, from Lego Direct, you're going to be paying more than if you get it from another retailer. They're already getting more profit than if you were getting it, via a middleman, like, a supermarket or another store. And it just feels like, can they not, reward your loyalty and the fact that you're paying a bit more by actually making the VIP a pleasant experience?
Yeah, in my opinion, this might be a little aggressive, but I don't think there should be a time that you order from Lego that they don't give you something for free, like even if it's something small, because like you said, they're cutting out the middleman. They're making, I'm assuming, more profit than what they would be if they were to sell all these sets to Walmart, who sells them for 20% less than Lego sells them for directly. They should always have a little something to throw away. And like this year, they've been doing a great job. I've been buying like all of my stuff from Lego, which I never do, just because the promo has been great. Like the Amelia Earhart thing was awesome. The Monster Book of Monsters, I got a couple of those. It's been fun collecting. And now this month they're just like, nah, we're done. We're done with that.
The Monster Book of Monsters literally sold out on day one here in the UK. Like Dave was kind of the semi one, but like apparently up until like the end of last month, it was still on American, Lego.com US.
They've been desperate to get rid of them. It's been going on for months. Like, spend $100 in Harry Potter and they will send it. Like, I think I got
the whole like of Europe stock to America by mistake, and we're like, well, now it's here. We'll just give it to them.
I mean, it's possible, I would say.
But yeah, that's a great gift with purchase, something like that. I mean, I really like it when they do stuff like the rocket ride, the Monster Book of Monsters. I mean, when they did the 2 Brickhead double pack as a gift with purchase, that was phenomenal. With the Hagrid and Buckbeak, or Kragle and his budgie, as I like to call it.
And I think that hopefully they're realizing this. I mean, maybe this month not so much. They were going to do that, the telescope or whatever, or the satellite or whatever it was. But that obviously didn't work out. So they did kind of make that right by offering something that they had sitting around. But I mean, last summer it was like a beach towel, like just like sticker sheets. And I'm like, I really want stuff to build, or like really collectible Lego type stuff. And hopefully they're looking at numbers and are like, yeah, we should probably do more of that.
I
I've been
was
begging
just
for that.
thinking, though, how absurd it is almost that with all this happened over the last 14 months plus now we're going into, how they haven't, they did beach towels and all that stuff, how they didn't do a Lego VIP face mask.
Oh, I would actually use that. That's
I
not a
would
bad idea.
I would actually use that.
Yeah. If it was like a yellow one with a Lego logo on it or something.
I was thinking blue with the VIP logo and like yellow straps, maybe.
Or maybe like one for land members specifically, where it was like a zipper across your mouth and it was closed. Ryan should make that.
Yep.
I think it could be a new thing. You're right, though. I can't remember what else did they do last summer. Anyone in the chat remember last summer's promos? It was like a beach towel. There was like a canvas bag, I think was one of the things, which I'm just like, no. I think so. Yeah.
That was the year before. Oh, God.
Maybe both years. I think there was a sticker. It was like a back to school set for August, I think. And it was like an eraser, a pencil, some stickers. I'm just like, that's not what I want, dude.
No.
Maybe I don't reflect the thoughts of everyone, but come on.
You're an echo now. I don't know why.
Uh-oh. Is it me?
We've been fine for almost over an hour. Now we got an echo.
I'll just not talk anymore.
Well, I think the echo's me whenever I talk.
I don't hear it. Anyone else hear it?
It's gone.
It's gone? Oh, it's gone. Okay.
Okay.
I think it was
Sam said they had a 12-in-1 set in June, July. I think I actually like that one, though.
That was okay.
I was into that. Yeah, I like the little creator ones that you can sit down and like, for me, like live streaming, you could build something and then like tear it apart and build something else.
Yeah. I basically, if I have a gift with purchase, I want it to be more Lego, ideally.
Yeah,
know?
I love this stuff they do at the holidays where they do like the Charles Dickens thing was great. Like little Lego Christmas trees are fun. The gift boxes, that kind of stuff's neat. Us complaining about free stuff though. Terrible.
I remember when they did this was 2019, the whole Black Friday thing. They had the one brick that said Black Friday 2019, or I can't remember exactly what it said. And this elderly couple came in and they were obviously buying presents for a grandchild. And the staff member, because the tills are in front of the pick-a-brick, so I was technically behind the till, filling my pick-a-brick cup. And this staff member, she was so bubbly, and she was like, and because you spent so much, you get this free commemorative brick. And handed it to them. And the old man was like, just one brick? What can I build with one brick? And she was like, oh, it's a commemorative one for Black Friday 2019. He was like, do I get anything else? And she was like, oh, well, no.
You know who he sounds like? He sounds like Jim Carrey's The Grinch, is who that guy sounds like. I like that guy.
It was so funny. He was like, just one brick.
I mean, he's got a point.
Yeah.
The one that I think the promo that they did, or I guess it was just a promotion that was, to me, felt like a slap in the face, was when they did like the X number of stores open in North America, I think it was, or maybe there's, I have it sitting over here. Let me go get it. Someone sent me one. I didn't get one myself, but someone sent it to me.
Okay, now everyone hides when he comes back. We're not here.
You better still be here.
Oh,
this thing right here.
Oh,
so
nice.
They have 100 stores in North America, and this one just got me all kinds of bitter because I have to drive 3 hours to get to my closest store. So, like, I don't want to celebrate this. I'd like to put like another like 0 at the end. That way I can actually like within a reasonable time frame get to a store and actually shop in real life like all these people get to do, because I really do love going to Lego store. But thank you to whoever sent this to me, because I get to celebrate that even though I couldn't get to a store to get this.
Well, if you don't want it, you can always give it to me.
I actually took it out of here once. It's not like sealed in here. You can kind of get into it as I like destroy it. It reminds me of this time I was in, I think it was junior high. And my friend was like, oh, you should see my new glasses. They're really flexible. And he takes them and like bends them like where you have your eyes and just completely snapped them in half. That's what that reminded me of. But yeah, 100 Lego stores in North America. There it is. Let's get it to 500. Oh, sorry. Now we're full screen. Oh,
that's cool.
If you need such a thing, I'll just keep it in here forever. Put it with my coins, I guess. As much complaining as we do about Lego, I think it's fair to say that we really do love like the little stuff like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I was trying to explain this to someone before when I was talking about I think it was Star Wars, and to have like a negative opinion that is so passionate, it has to be something that you care about, that you like. Like
Yeah.
if I was just blasé, I was like, yeah, whatever, I wouldn't feel as passionately. It's only fans that have these strong feelings, you know.
Mhm.
So really, it's a positive.
You have to be invested into it, which I think at this point, if you're here, you probably are.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment we've got 38 lovely people watching, so thank you.
Wow.
An hour and 10 minutes in
Thank you for taking time out of your day to be here, peeps.
to listen to us the rant. Do we have anything positive to say? Or
Yeah, I mean, I think we've mixed it well. Like we've given plenty of compliments to Lego. We have some bad things to say, but I guess it's like that with a lot of things in life, you know, the good with the bad. I'm still positive on Lego. I think it's a great toy company. Well, the company's good. The products are great. The management and the marketing, like I said, is not my favorite, but I sure love the things they put out. And as soon as new sets come out, I'm just like so excited about it. And I like to share that experience with people.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, if it wasn't for Lego, we wouldn't be super friends.
That's true. Oh, we should have like the intro, like to the old Super Friends thing.
Oh yeah. Well, I am hoping that we might have a special guest joining us, but if they don't join us this time, hopefully they will next time. Because I can't see us finishing this in one stream. I think we're gonna have to make this a little series, maybe.
Yeah,
You up for coming back for another one?
I think so. If you mind having me.
Oh, absolutely. It's a joy to have you, sir.
Like I said, my days are going to become way freer starting tomorrow. So it's like, you know, if you got some time, and I know you're ahead of me in terms of like the actual clock. So your evenings are my afternoons, and I'm free up until like 3 o'clock when I have to pick Clarkman up. So let's do some things.
Let's do it.
And if I'm streaming, you're welcome to come on anytime you want to.
Oh, thank you, kind sir.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mentioned it last time. I think we did a stream recently, didn't we? I can't remember what it was.
Bonsai?
No, I swear.
We did a member stream.
When did we last speak?
In
Oh, it was when you were doing the we did Fortnite.
Oh yeah, that was a good time. I realized maybe you're kind of going there too. It's so much more fun when you're doing it with other people versus just by yourself. Is what I realized.
I don't
Because
really
you can only be like if it was just one of us here, you can only be so engaging and entertaining for people. But I think what makes it fun is like sometimes 1 + 1 = 3, and I think it's like that when we get together and are talking and hanging out and stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I realized like how much I missed hanging out and talking with you guys. Even Jim Blade, as much as we give him crap, you know.
You're gonna go that far.
I am.
Wow.
I mean, we used
Anyways,
to do Bricks and Bricks, didn't we? So we used to talk like weekly, but we hadn't like talked voice to voice in a long time, had we? So
Ryan wants to bring back the quarantine streams, even though we're not technically on quarantine anymore. He wants to do it like even if it's like once a month or something, just because he's like me, he's like nostalgic and sentimental. And he said in his stream as we were talking about it, like he thinks back to that time in his life, and it was like these things were happening, and like he had fond memories of that, as did I.
yeah, same.
I think that'd be
That's
fun.
how I got to know you, Gog. You know.
Yeah, you were witty in the comments, and I was like, this guy, I got to find out who this guy is.
And then you regretted it.
I was like, why did I ever do that? Biggest mistake in my life. But it just goes to show you like these crazy connections that you can make. Like someone, like all my Lego friends, I would have never known otherwise if I wasn't doing streams. And I'm just like, hey, let's hang out or let's talk. Like Bricked a lot, like all my peeps, and it's just been crazy that I've had these friends for all these years off of this hobby, you know. So as much as we complain about Lego, what it has brought me in my life has been incredible.
Oh, 100%.
I'm not crediting Lego to any of that though.
Those quarantine streams, I have massive nostalgia for. I mean, in the Discord, I've been saying like, when are we gonna do like, even if we did this one as an anniversary celebration, because they were just the highlight of my day, even before you brought me onto them. Just watching them as a viewer made my day, because I was on furlough, the missus was working from home, and and it was the start of lockdown when there was a lot of uncertainty. I'm not saying there's that much more certainty now, but yeah. It's definitely something I have a lot of nostalgia for. I look back at a time that is, not great, with a lot of fond memories because of those streams.
Yep, I agree.
What bag are you on, by the way?
I think I'm finishing too. I have a black piece where I should have a gray piece, and that's probably not necessarily the best thing right now. So it means I probably put a gray one where there should be a black one, but I might just go with it, make it a custom. Let's let it roll.
I was a bit worried you started bag 2 before me, so I'm trying to catch up.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I can chat it up with the chatters here if I catch up or if I get done with this. What did I do? I had the right piece, just the wrong color. I blame the manual. I probably put like these blacks and grays kind of look a lot like each other.
How do you feel about the whole thing, them stopping doing the black manuals? Did you prefer those, or do you prefer the blue paper?
I could do either. One thing I don't like about the black manuals is that like if you get fingerprints on them, you can like certainly see that. And that's coming from somebody like I wash my hands meticulously before I build because I don't like having any kind of like oil on my hands when I build with Lego. Right. So like there are times when you can see like fingerprints on there, which I don't like, but that's just kind of like an obsessive thing that's maybe most people don't even care about. But I also like the old school of the blue because it reminds me of how things have always been. Yeah. What about you? What are your thoughts?
I honestly preferred the black. I felt like it gave it more of a prestige feel. I thought with a lot of colors, it was easier to see because it forced them to put like an outline around the color, so you could see like. But there are some instances that someone only pointed out once I said that where they've had like the black manuals and it's been really hard to see like with dark browns and stuff. So I don't understand why they decided to go all one way. I feel like that's another one of Lego's problems. I know we're going back to criticizing the company, but they can't seem to have a approach where one thing works on one aspect and then they have a different approach for something else. It has to be like a blanket approach.
Yeah, I get you.
Like with the 18+ sets, like, okay, we're doing 18+ sets now. We have to have them all in this black box, minimalistic, and it works for the Star Wars ones and, probably for the Batmobile and stuff like that, or the Batwing. But then other stuff like, the Winter Village, the Elf Clubhouse just looks wrong having it in a black background, It might
be fun to do different backgrounds related to the theme. Like I could see blue being for City, maybe black for Star Wars would be fun. Yeah. You could do like a pink or purple for Friends, since that would tie in. Unless that's too sexist or whatever. I don't know. Maybe.
Probably.
Are we getting a special guest? Oh, it's not the special guest I was thinking of.
Sorry. Is it okay if I send him down?
Yeah, I thought that was Clarkman's.
Because Lauren, her kids are napping and she invited me over for a drink. And
yeah, Clarkman can come down.
Oh, I see. So we're condoning alcohol now, are we?
You don't know what I'm drinking.
She said a drink of water.
High quality H2O. All right, thank you.
We don't condone drinking on this stream. If you're under the age of 18, Kragle, is it 18 in your area?
Yeah, it's 18.
21 here. Don't drink, guys. Here comes the Clark man. And Roxy Bear.
Oh,
you guys are getting the whole squad.
Hi, Kragle.
Hi, Clark man. How you doing?
Good. I was just watching some Minecraft tunes.
Ooh.
What's new in your world, Clark? Everybody's here. Do you mean to move this over?
We got donation.
Oh yeah, donation from the old Brickitect. Here, I'll see if I can
thank you so much for the $5.
Here.
Batmobile.
Do a stream where we all tell the story of how we are all connected and how we got to this point in our history and our life. That
would be cool.
What are you building?
The backstory. Check this guy out.
Wow.
Is he cool?
I don't want to alarm you, Greg, but I'm finished the Batmobile.
Sweet mother. I have to put this on and I'm done.
I overtook him. Yeah.
Dang it. I was me looking for that piece. I am still missing a piece, but I just said the heck with it and we're rolling with it. It's a custom now. And we are literally at the same spot. Oh, I got to put some more blaster things in here. I do have a piece left over that I shouldn't have too, so I think I might have done screwed up somewhere.
I would say this is a pretty cool Batmobile, to be honest with you. I really like it.
Yeah, not too bad. I won't show mine because it's obviously missing a piece somewhere. I have to go back and find it.
Yeah, I didn't make any mistakes at all.
Wow.
If you believe that, you'll believe anything.
I mean, if you're super careful, I imagine you could pull it off, but that hasn't been the trend.
Really a Lego build, though, if you don't make one mistake and have to go back.
Oh, I found my piece. I think I'm good now. Okay,
I mean,
we're
what
good.
tends to happen to me is I do a step, but I don't put all the pieces on a step. I move on to the next step, and I haven't put, all the pieces from the last step on yet.
I always tell myself like I'm going to pull the pieces that I see in the little box and then put them on, but I just never do that. I just look and I'm like, oh yeah, it looks about right. Oh, Clark has a mock that he wants to show you guys.
Oh,
It's
Mellow cat.
it's Mellow Cat.
With mellow inside.
It's like a Mellow Cat mech sort of.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's her head.
She's actually inside of it too.
Yeah.
Well,
cat's
it's the
head.
closest we could get. We don't have a black one, so it's like a brown cat. But it's neat. Kind of looks like something from Minecraft.
I like it.
Yeah, thank you. Well,
You
say
could
thank
probably make that in your
Thank you.
Minecraft world, actually.
Tell Kragle what you're doing tomorrow, Clark.
Tomorrow?
hmm
I'm going to school.
You're
can't
having
go
your
to school.
his second first day of kindergarten tomorrow.
You can't go to school. School is for brainy people.
Ridiculous.
Clark calls it how it is with Kragle.
Yeah.
Hey, can you grab me bag 3, boss? It's right there on the
I
thing.
was just going to ask you, should we start with a bag? You're going to keep going?
What time is it? Hey, I've got until 4.
So we've got another 40 minutes then, I think.
We can do this.
I don't see
We're
it.
right there. We got this. We'll at least get started on it.
Oh my god,
That is a great place to stop, though, with number 2. Unless do you want to keep going? We could ask the chat if we know what the answer is going to be.
If
What's
we
the
leave it to the chat, we know what they're going to say.
We'll keep building until no one's left here. Should we keep going?
I think so.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's do back door.
Wow. Freaking Brickitect says, we're the slowest builders he's ever seen in his life.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, Brickitect. Let's see a video on your channel of you building, and let's see how fast you are.
Oh, yeah, don't even say that. Just say, let's see a video on his channel for one.
Yeah.
Look what I
Says the
built.
guy that doesn't show himself building ever.
I'm building something for Minecraft.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I have torches right here.
You want to build Wonder Woman? She's in here.
Wonder Woman!
This would be a good time to introduce Dave, since it looks like he
I
may not.
know.
Good singing, mister.
Clark would like the intro, I imagine.
I feel like if I use it when he's not here, though, it's...
All right. I guess we'll keep it a mystery for everyone.
Maybe we
There's
should
just-
just hound him and say, Dave!
Dave, please.
Just say hi. He doesn't have to...
Dave, there's an emergency.
Come here, go to the bathroom before you.
Not that kind of emergency, you fool.
Ooh.
Wonder Woman. Hey, you didn't give her accessories, bro.
Wah,
Let
wah, wah.
me see that.
Wah, wah.
You know she has a shield and a sword.
So she's like a Minecraft character. Ding, ding.
You didn't like the second one, did you?
The what?
You didn't like Wonder Woman 1984, did you?
It wasn't as good as the first one. I love the first scene from it. I thought that was awesome, where she's
I
younger.
liked it. I would say that I feel like the one thing... I feel like it was too slow. Like, after the opening action sequence, it grinds to a halt for like 20, 30 minutes.
To me, it was so weird that she's like the guy who took over like another person's body is kind of weird. Like that part kind of creeps me out a little bit, and I feel
don't
like
get why. I mean, can we talk about spoilers because of this, or?
I mean it's been 4 months, 3 months. Hey, Brickbinder got the button to work, by the way.
Oh,
nice donation.
We got to play the thing.
we have to play the video because we have a brand new member.
Yes.
So, you know what that means? It is time to welcome our new member the only way we know how.
Hello! 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 The way
Hello! Hello!
Why did it freeze up for me?
Did it freeze?
Yeah, I don't know why I did that for me. Might just be on my end. Did everyone else get to see it?
I hope everyone else got to see it. Let me know and I'll play it again.
It was like hello, and then it just kind of froze.
Oh, we have this. Someone clip this. We have a comment. Victor, I will post videos when the new camera arrives. We're gonna hold you to that.
Sure.
Shoo! Shoo!
Believe it when I see it, Bricked a lot.
Yeah. I've been burnt before. It took me far too long to realize that the first piece is actually in a separate bag by itself.
Yeah, I was looking for it. I'm like, I think it must be in that bag over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can someone message Dave and say like it's an emergency? He has to join the stream, even if it's like.
Okay, let me message him. I'll message Dave and see if he can join.
1, 2, 3.
But thank you so much, Brickbinder, for becoming a channel member. It's great to have you.
Oh man!
What a classy fella.
I'm pretty classy.
I still don't get that. Does that mean it's good? It's bad? Does it mean it's Steve Rogers, John Walker? You know what's happening?
It's a good thing.
Okay.
It's a bad thing.
I am so not down with the kids. I gotta be honest.
You're not down with the hipsters and stuff?
No.
I'd say no too.
I remember how old I was the first time I got called an old man. Do you want to know how old I was?
7.
Not far off. I was 25.
Who called you an old man?
This 17-year-old girl.
Oh. I guess to a 17-year-old, 25 is pretty old, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm
was
not
quite-
even
Well,
25.
it's pretty strange. We later found out that her boyfriend was 29. So,
Oh,
yeah.
that
She wasn't,
sounds illegal.
she wasn't a nice person. She was a friend of a friend, and we later found out that she kind of was horrible to our mutual friend. But, yeah. I just called her out on something, and she said, "I don't need the opinion of an old man." And I was like, "What?"
It reminds me when Cody's brother was turning 25, and I said, "Man, you're halfway to 30," and he got real upset about that at the time. And
Yeah, because actually he's halfway to 50.
but now, well, I was counting
25.
between 20 and 30, but now this year he turned 40, so
So
I should throw that out there.
You think 25 is halfway to 50?
Well, the sign says that it's 4 quarters for an hour, but a quarter only gets you 15 minutes. Yeah. So if my math is correct, that's not an hour.
That's not an hour.
Not an
but
hour.
it is. And also
A quarter, 15 minutes.
Where are you getting these things at?
Actual footage of Greg there trying to work out how many minutes are in an hour. I don't know about Clark on a kindergarten. I think you should.
It could be useful.
I get what you mean. You meant that he was halfway through the decade before 30.
Yeah, because he was 25, and I'm like, man, you're halfway to 30, and yeah, he was angry. So I should probably mention to him this year that he's turning 40 this year. See what he says about that.
He's like,
Maybe he's just admitted
"Idiot."
he might have admitted defeat at this point. He's just like,
you idiot.
I think
I'm
that.
turning 50.
Clark gets it.
What's that?
Christopher Mid says, "Hey, 40 is not old."
That's true.
Right, yeah. 40s are not old. 40 smarty.
What do you even know? You're 6.
Imagine being 6. Can you imagine?
It'd be pretty awesome.
Get angry if you said he's turning 60. He's like,
Being a 6-year-old today would be so awesome because like all the opportunities you have and stuff. Like when I was 6, I was like playing regular Nintendo, and like I had a Lego collection that definitely wasn't what we have. Clark has it freaking made. I don't even think he realizes it.
But then saying that, like you mentioned before, one of your Greg's goals, you can't go to an arcade. Arcades don't really exist anymore.
That's true.
There's stuff that, maybe it's nostalgia on my part talking, but I certainly feel like our generation was kind of like the last golden one in terms of childhood, where you had, video games and technology, and you had the start of internet coming with dial-up, but you still used to go out and play. You still had physical places that you went to. You would still go and knock on your friend's door to see if they wanted to come out, rather than sort of texting or DMing them,
We had technology, but it wasn't everything. Like
like I remember cycling for like 40 minutes around my friend's house to see if he wanted to come out, and sometimes he wouldn't even be there. He'd gone out with his parents, whatever. I'd cycle back, but that was part of the adventure. Like it's like through the field and up the woods and nothing, So
yeah. Yeah, I think kids today, I think, are probably having a rough run, especially now with COVID and everything, because it's like, I remember when we turned 16 and we get our driver's license, that was like the ultimate thing, because then you had like the freedom to go like hang out with your friends and go to the mall and like have all these social engagements. But now you have your cell phone and it's like, you want to talk to your friend, you could talk to them like that. You can play video games with them. You can literally do anything without leaving. And I don't see the drive in kids today to do anything other than just that, where you're kind of just like chilling at your house. And it's like, I don't need to get my driver's license. Like, where am I going to go? Like, I'm going to put my mask on and like, where am I going to go? Might as well just sit here and talk to my friends on Discord.
I heard someone who was, how old were they? They were 17. Yeah, because you can get a license at 17 here.
Okay.
Basically a friend's family member, and they said, I don't see a point in getting a driver's license when I got Uber on my phone.
Oh.
And I was like, well, yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I feel like every generation thinks that theirs was the last great one.
That's true.
I feel like ours has a bit more clout for our reasoning. Do you know what I mean? Because we had the start of technology, but we also, we had DVDs and home movies, but we still also went to the cinema, and stuff like that.
It was that rock and roll music that ruined the next generation.
It was all the flash dance, not hair.
Yeah, I think you realize that you're officially old when you start talking about how your generation had it good and this generation didn't.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been called a boomer, which is hilarious as well.
Boo-boo?
I think there's also a misinterpretation of what a boomer is, because they kind of like forget the whole Gen X.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who's not millennial is called a boomer, but then millennials aren't actually millennials. Like, you and me are actually the official millennial, but really they would say someone Clark's age, or someone who's a teenager now. So
yeah, what is Clark? I don't even know what he would be. It's like Gen Z or something like that. Maybe I think he might even be after that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, but the whole boomer thing has just become a way to degrade someone and tell them that they're old. It's not like, it doesn't matter how old you are. You're just a boomer.
Yeah, it's basically.
Which I think that phrase might be dying at the way it is. I don't think I hear it nearly as much as I did like maybe a year ago or 6 months ago.
It's just a way of devaluing someone's opinion based on their age without actually kind of a counter argument.
Yeah.
Christopher Mitt says, I knew I was old when the oldie station started playing Nirvana and Smashing Pumpkins. Oh, yeah.
The oldies station.
That is a big testament when the music that you feel is like current, like you get to a certain point in your life where I think like in your head, your mindset stops. And for me, it was music and films. When people started calling films, which I still felt like were relevant, they were calling them old classics. I'm like, you what? I've mentioned this before, but like in my head, 30 years ago was the 70s, not the 90s.
Yeah. It's wild.
I don't know. We've gone from trash and Lego to talking about how old we are.
It's weird. Like, I always picture my parents being like much older than me, and to now know like I'm my parents' age when like I was Clark's age or whatever. I don't feel like I'm like them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like I'm not. I don't feel like an adult. Like if I hang out like with a group of like families, I'm more inclined to go hang out with the kids or like the teenagers than I am with the adults. It's like, well, I guess one thing that doesn't help is I don't drink, and that tends to become like an important thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Like I'm older now than my parents were when they had me, and I don't feel like.
You don't feel like a parent.
Yeah, I don't feel as mature. I mean, some of my friends have kids and everything, and that's scary enough as it is to think, So, but I just look back at what my parents achieved when they were my age, and I think, wow,
Mm-hmm.
And like how I looked up to them at their age. Whereas if a kid was looking up to me now, I'd be like, dude, don't ask me. I just work here.
I just work here.
It's crazy. It's weird. Like, when do you feel like you become adult in your head? When does it ever happen, or do you always feel like you're just kind of winging it?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe my hobbies keep me young too. But I don't know.
I was saying earlier today, like you look really youthful today. I don't know what it is. I feel like you're using some sort of new face mask or something.
I don't think so. I think it's just getting rid of the beard. You get rid of the beard, all of a sudden you just took 10 years off.
Well, the thing with me is, if I take my beard off, I look like a newborn baby. So.
Oh, he's so cute. I mean, we need to have some type of thing here where you need to do like a face reveal or a beard reveal or something after like hitting a certain goal. You just got to figure out what that goal is.
Yeah, originally I was thinking if I hit 50k subs, but I don't think I'm ever going to hit 50k subs.
I don't think you should do it though because of like that. I think you should do it because like that's a decision that you made. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're like, yeah, I want to do it. The world needs to see this beard. You know what I mean? Like you can't keep this from the world any longer.
I just feel like my beard's too powerful. Like the Ark of the Covenant, and
you'd go from being like the Lego guy with a beard to like the beard guy that does Lego.
Yeah, there is someone else though who's called the Bearded Bricks though. So.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah, I did. I think on my Twitter, I jokingly put myself down as the Bearded Stud. So
that'd be a good name too. I still like the name Rest in Pieces. If you were kind of like a goth Lego guy, I think that's a good name.
Can you imagine? Do you reckon
I had another one too that I think might be a little too edgy, but it was Pieces Christ was the name. I thought that'd be kind of cool. But I think that might be over the edge a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'd say it was.
Can you imagine them getting into
What's that?
Can you imagine someone called Pieces Christ getting into the land?
I don't think that's happening. But I sometimes come up with names and I'm like, dang, I wish I would have I wish I could make my name that or come up with that again because I hate having the word brick in my name.
I feel stupid for not putting the word brick in my name, but I think I've said this before. I didn't come into doing Lego YouTube inspired by other Lego YouTubers. I came into it from like the Lego Dimensions video game, so it didn't even occur to me that I should have bricks in my name. And now I feel like I'm kind of the odd one out.
No, it's probably for the best. It's for the best. I don't know. What's in a name? You know, it can be whatever you want.
Yeah. I'm okay. I'm just confused then for a second. So there's so much gray on gray right now. It's crazy.
I think if I had to come up with a new name for my channel, I would just call it Greg's Lego Journey. I think that's as descriptive as it could possibly get.
Yeah.
Or Greg and Clark's.
I feel like you were so clever with missing pieces because now when everyone says like, "Oh, I'm missing pieces," I think of your podcast. It's like subliminal advertising now.
I suppose. What was that podcast that just came out though? That I was like, oh man, I almost went with that name. I think it was Extra Pieces, and I'm like, that is also something that's very relevant in a Lego build because when you're done and you're like, oh shoot, you got extra pieces. Yeah, but I feel like missing pieces has more of an impact because it's like, oh, what? You know, it's. I don't know.
Yeah, Sam Jones says do a beard reveal. I actually, in one of my vlogs, did an eye reveal because I had a mask on and I had a hat on, so you just saw my eyes. But I decided to cut it out because, I don't know, I just felt like it was a bit goofy.
Sometimes the goofy stuff's the best stuff. You should just zoom in on your eye like really close and make that your eye reveal. Really creepy.
Thanks for that, Sam. Sam
Wait till dark.
Yeah, he's sending me a special set to build, and it's a lot of dark blue. I'm gonna be live streaming that as our members only live stream because he's a channel member and he's sending me this set. This is one of his custom builds, and I'm looking forward to finishing it. But the more that he tells me about the build, I feel like it's gonna be a hard time. So I'm forcing him. He has to be available when I'm building it live so that he can help me out.
That's cool.
But, yeah, we had a few good live streams. Although someone did accuse me of copying my own idea because you got to it before I did.
With the music?
The music, yeah.
I don't think I invented playing music during.
You owe me a song as well because it cuts out. You had a power cut.
I do. I think I'm going to be streaming my gaming stuff on YouTube again going forward. I'm going to try to cut out a little piece of a day to do that.
Those are a 9 and 11.
Twitch is freaking nightmarish to try to build an audience over there. To get people off of YouTube on Twitch, it's not easy.
So you're not enjoying it then on Twitch, or?
I mean, I like Twitch. I like the fact that that's all it's done over there is video game stuff for the most part and like chatting and whatnot. But it's like a streaming platform. The problem is like if you don't have any audience anywhere, you can be like, okay, I'm going to do gaming stuff. So I think Twitch makes sense. But if you already have an audience established, like my gaming channel has like 7,000 subscribers, it sucks to like go stream and there's like 8 people that are watching your stream on Twitch because no one wants to leave YouTube. It's
Right.
like, oh, that kind of blows because you kind of get spoiled by it a little bit and you're like, oh man, I miss all those people that were watching and commenting. So it's like, does it make sense to actually go over there and do that?
Yeah,
In my mind it did, and it's like you could build, but it's so hard to get to get any traction there because there's so many people streaming that like who's just going to randomly find this stream that you're doing of like Minecraft or Fortnite that has like 8 viewers. Like no one's going to ever find it. But on YouTube, people find it all the time, you know, because it's like it's attached to all the stuff we do. So, I don't know. It's one of those things I've been like contemplating and thinking about and trying to figure out what the best thing is. I think a lot of people that make videos do that a lot.
Yeah, I can definitely see like if you've already established an audience on another platform, how it's more difficult. Like if you were just starting off fresh-faced and this was just a hobby and a part-time thing for you, it would probably be easier mentally, I guess, to sort of spend the time building up an audience. But if you've already got one on another platform, you do kind of feel like, what's the point, you know?
It seems silly to try to recreate that somewhere else, and like all that time that you're going to invest in doing that seems kind of dumb now looking at it. But I really like Twitch for gaming, and I like watching some people on Twitch as well. But I will say this, like as a person that's always on YouTube, I'd be more inclined to watch these people that are on Twitch if they were on YouTube live doing their thing there.
Yeah.
Because that's just where I'm at. And I would say that probably most people that are watching this are kind of the same.
Why won't you go in? Oh, yeah. The missus is giggling there.
That's what she said.
Someone had to say it.
Yeah, JP says the Twitch notifications are broken for me. I feel like that happens a lot. Like, you know, when you go live on YouTube and like there's instantly people there and there's like comments happening. Twitch, it's so weird. It like leaves you questioning what's happening. Like you'll go live and it might be 2 or 3 minutes before like the first people show up. So you're just like sitting there and you don't know whether you should start like talking about what you're going to do or start your thing. And it's like, I don't know. It's just, it's this weird, like questionable
I've seen that, actually, where I've been watching a stream on YouTube and they're, stream at the same time on Twitch. And the guy's just sitting there and I'm like, well, what's happening? And he'll say something like, you have a drink and go, oh, we're just waiting for a few more people to join us on Twitch and stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I don't know if YouTube's better at notifications or it's just like people are more on YouTube and they're just like, there's a stream, I'm going to go to it. But
it's funny to say that Twitch notifications are broken because I'm so used to complaining about notifications with YouTube being broken. So many people come back to me and go, oh, I had someone the other day who used to comment on all my videos and they just stopped. So I just thought they dropped off and they were like, hey, I didn't even know this was happening. And I was like, oh, did you not see my most recent video? And they're like, I haven't seen any videos for a month. I thought you stopped producing content because I didn't get any notifications.
Oh, that sucks.
Like, what?
When your biggest fan doesn't even know you're making videos, I'd say that's a problem.
I mean, me personally, I always go onto the YouTube app and check my subscription fee anyway. But if you're relying just on notifications and you don't get it, then I guess you kind of miss out.
Yeah.
I
get messages from people that are more like they left on their own will. They're like, I used to watch your channel, but then I kind of got out of Lego. But I'm glad to see you guys are still doing okay. And Clark is getting so much bigger. So that's always nice when people come back. And it's not a thing where they're like, I've been desperate to watch your videos, but YouTube's been hiding them from me.
I was going to say, why are they messaging you until they left? But I guess if they're saying like wishing you well, that's nice. Unlike I'm subscribing because I don't agree with your opinion.
It's like the Lego world, basically. Kids are into it for a bit, or maybe even adults, and you find a channel. I've done this on YouTube where you find a channel that you're like really into, and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna watch all his videos. And then like after a while, you're kind of over it, and you find something else, and it's just natural. It's what happens. It's nice when people like think back and they're like, oh, I wonder, because I've done this. I'm like, hey, whatever happened to that guy that I used to watch? And you go check it out, and you're like, oh, he's still making videos. Cool.
Oh, for crying out loud!
What happened?
I just got to the end of this section. I turned the page and
you got to build 2 of them.
Yeah, I think it's
the more the merrier. I say.
Normally I do that at the same time though. If I'm crying out loud.
It's okay. Dude, I'm glad we did this stream though, because otherwise, this set was never going to leave my storage room.
Yeah, I remember like when I said to you, when you mentioned you had it, and I was like, "Oh, you should build it with me," and you were like, "I might just sell it," and I was like, "No, you will build it."
When you said what you paid for it, I'm like, "Oh, I think I got a deal on that. I should sell it." I don't typically sell Lego though. Like the only time I ever see myself selling Lego is in desperate times where I'm like, I'm either going to not eat today or I'm gonna sell that Lego set.
Yeah, I mean, I've sold like if I've had multiple gift with purchases, I've sold some of those, and then the way I look at it is like getting money back off my purchase, and I then buy more Lego with that. So
yeah, it makes sense, especially if you can strike it hot and sell it for a good bit. It seems like there's kind of like a wave where right when they come out, they're worth a lot, and then it kind of falls down when everybody puts it on there. But I think if you like ride out that wave and you come back on the next wave, then you can make out pretty good.
yeah,
I've been talking to too many people in my Discord that are into the investing life, and it's really kind of trained me to stop thinking like a collector and more like I'm trying to maybe make some money at this. You know?
yeah. Plastic Architect says Twitch is worse. There is always a delay. Yeah, the notifications.
For the notifications, yeah, I hate that first couple minutes because you're just like, so no one's here. It looks like I'm live. Should I start talking like should I pretend like nothing's wrong, or should I wait until someone actually appears? And I usually just wait, and it's very awkward. Whereas YouTube, it's like you go live and it's just like, and people are saying hi.
It's a Clark man.
Yeah, he's over here. You guys would probably rather see Clark Man than me, honestly.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think I'm gonna have like money falling down on the zombie.
Oh, that's cool. Is that a Minecraft house?
That's for the zombie house for nighttime and then the zombies come out of their shed and come killing the humans out the front door.
Can we get 10,000 votes, guys? 10,000 votes. This could be the next big Lego idea set. The zombie something or other house.
Well, let me see if I can pull focus on that.
Let's have a race.
This is the scan of Steppenwolf.
You can see that.
Underneath it, there's a scan of the mother box. What's interesting now is on the right is the omega symbol for the anti-life equation, which was completely not even mentioned in the theatrical version.
Oh, it's upside down.
But this set has it on there.
Whoa.
It does make me wonder how far in advance this set was designed, because the Steppenwolf redesign happened quite late. It's part of the reason why the CG on him looks terrible, because it didn't have much time. So is there a version of this big fig that is actually based on the original Steppenwolf design, the one that's in the Snyder cut?
You need to break into the Lego vault and find it.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All these hackers are out there. How about someone hacks Lego? I want to see all the stuff that never made it to the store shelves.
Forget Area 51. Let's storm the Lego vault.
Did that ever happen? Did anyone ever do that, or was it all just blowing smoke?
It was all blowing smoke, wasn't it?
That kind of sucks. I would like to see what would have happened.
It's crazy how you had people in America storm Congress, but not Area 51. Disappoint me.
$100 bills.
Whoa.
$100.
That's awesome, dude.
It's $300 bills on the zombie's face.
Dang.
He's like,
Is that
so
stop
angry.
focus? Let's adjust that.
What's that, Kragle?
Is that better focus on that? Listen, I'm just gonna make myself full screen just to adjust the focus.
Yeah, looks good to me.
Don't help me put my hand in the way. Can't do it.
Oh, finger reveal. Oh, Roxy Bear.
There we go. We got a Roxy Bear? Where?
Oh, she's back here. She just went, oh.
Oh.
Like a zombie from Minecraft.
She's had a very rough day of being a dog, just laying around and sleeping. She's exhausted.
Honestly, I don't watch your videos for you or Clark Man or even Cody. I watch it for Roxy.
Me too.
I love the fact that you also haven't learned that when you're on the floor, you're in her domain. It's fair game.
Pretty much. You get on the floor, she is like in your business.
Yeah.
When you're on the floor, you got a Roxy zone.
The Roxy Zone, brother.
Cody, Call the police! Somebody rock down in the hockey zone! Save them!
See what happens when you give him ideas, Kragle?
I can't get blamed for this. I haven't spoken to Clark in ages, so I can't get blamed for teaching him bad stuff. Do you remember I got blamed for him swearing even though I never said a swear word to him?
I'm pretty sure that was your fault. I'm like 90% sure.
Oh,
I have a piece left over here that I should not have, but this is, welcome to building with Lego. This is what happens. I think this is an easy fix. Building with Lego now. Man, Clark, I can't believe tomorrow you're going to be at school, dude.
I'm going to miss you so darn much.
I'm going to miss you, man.
You're
going to have fun, though.
Tomorrow is my big hug from you.
All right.
Stop.
You got it.
Right before big hug.
I guarantee that when he comes home from school tomorrow, he's going to have forgotten all about me and talk about how amazing his time was there with all of his new friends.
And then you're going to be like,
his new army of girlfriends.
Apparently, the boys are really excited that Clark Man's coming in because the last couple new kids have all been girls. So the boys are all pumped that there's a boy coming in. And they're going to make, the teacher said that she's going to set aside some time tomorrow to like introduce Clark. And I'm sure he's going to love it. It's going to be pretty cool.
I'm so darn hyped.
Yeah, man.
That's what I can say.
I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
Guess what?
And you know what I'm going to do while you're at school?
What?
Boring stuff. Like clean up the studio.
Oh, look what I made. The zombie shirt a little bit.
Oh, he's like Steve.
Yeah, he has like the Steve shirt. I had some shirts.
I think I might stream a little bit tomorrow if anybody's available. I'm going to be just like in my...
We should continue the build tomorrow.
I guess the whole shed's done.
Oh, snap.
A zombie build.
How many spare pieces do you have left at the end of that bag? I've got those. Did you have more than that?
That's exactly what I have.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Ah, don't slice me, bro. All right.
So
yeah, I'm going to try to specialize once I get my storage room. I'm going to specialize in making the most boring live streams in the entire world, where it's just like me organizing stuff.
What?
Did you see before that you had an idea of like having a webcam somewhere up and just have a 24-hour?
Yeah, I wanted to do a thing where I just had a studio cam and it records all the time or is live streaming all the time, but I might not even be in here. I'll just leave the lights on, and like you might see a random like ghost or something walk by, but then like sometimes I'll be down here like working on something. I might be doing a live stream, I might be editing, and it'll just be like the camera in the corner of the studio. And you could just like kind of like, I just want to see if anybody would watch. I think it might be kind of neat.
I think people would watch. I remember you did say at one point actually about doing one with the chickens, having just a webcam on the chickens. I feel like people would watch that though. I feel like there's an audience.
They might. I think like I would probably tune in. I watched. I don't know if you know who the Vlog Brothers are, but the one guy is an author, and he was signing all these pages of his new book that's coming out. Because every pre-order got signed, and he would do these streams where it would just literally be him sitting there signing, and sometimes he wouldn't be talking at all, sometimes he would, but just hearing the sound of him signing, and it was kind of fascinating. You don't always have to be engaging to like give people an opportunity just to kind of hang out, and I think it would be really exciting because if I had the studio thing going all the time, like that moment where I actually come down and we're doing something could be really exciting for those people, like he's here, they're here, what are they doing? I can't tell. Because maybe I wouldn't have any audio. It would just be like video of it, like a surveillance camera almost. But then I'd have to remember that I have that on, because
you come down in your tiny whities or something,
I'm like coming down, I'm just naked. I'm like, yeah, yes, guess I'll work on some editing here. Camera's on.
Like, oh my God, he's naked.
He's naked on YouTube. Anyways, subscribe to my OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/Brickitect for that content.
Canadian's got Greg picking his nose. I mean, that would probably be the least explosive thing that you could happen on that.
Probably. Could get dangerous. I might just set up the studio cam for like an hour someday just to see what kind of crazies turn out in it. They're going to be like, what is this? Why is there no one here?
Like,
so we've just finished bag 3 then.
Yeah.
Do you want to show off what you've built? Let me put you on solo.
It's kind of a sucky place to stop when you think about it. Like we could have ended with like this cool Batmobile and been like, yeah, look at that Batmobile. But then we have like this thing, which eventually, like if you guys haven't seen this set, Eventually, oh my God, it's the piece I've been missing. It's right here this whole time. I stole it. I'll show you where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be right inside there. I left it out because I was like, my piece is missing. I'm blaming Lego for it. There it is right there. So I have that. So we've got a Batmobile, and it's kind of neat because this comes up, I think. And I just shot something off there or broke something. But that comes up, and you can put Batman inside there if you're feeling feisty. These pieces I don't like. I don't know if you had problems with these as well, Kragle, but like getting that in there is really tight.
Yeah.
And
I had issues trying to get
we got that.
the top bits on this.
I really like that. That's
And then we got 3 minifigs already too. We've got Wonder Woman, we've got Batman, and Superman. So pretty good haul so far. I mean, the last leg of this is going to be kind of the drag because you're going to basically be building this bad boy and getting the parademons. And is Cyborg in this too? He's in here somewhere. So
Cyborg's in this somewhere.
yeah. But the fun part is, I think, the beginning, at least in my opinion.
Cyborg?
The important part is the journey, not the destination.
That's right.
How do you know Cyborg's in here?
He's back there, I think. He's sitting inside there. You can't see him from here. But,
I see him.
yeah. Is that Cyborg in the back there, Kragle?
Yeah, he's piloting it in this for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. Maybe not movie accurate.
They split the Justice League up across the 3 sets, but not very evenly. Like the majority of them are in this set. Then you have the Flash is in the Nightcrawler set, along with Batman in his other suit, and then Aquaman's in a set on his own. Then
So I need to get Flash then because I have the Aquaman. I'm missing one guy. He's probably more expensive than the rest for that reason.
Better than the rest.
Oh, you do have him.
what?
Wait, we might have him. Didn't we get him at a flea market? At the flea market, Clark?
Who?
The Flash.
Yeah.
We do have him. I
Do
got
you
him
have-
at a flea market.
Do you have this one though? The DC.
Is that the one
EU
we have,
one?
Clarkman?
No, we only just have just regular.
I think that might be the one we have.
No, it isn't.
Oh, it's the one that has more yellow on him, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez.
I remember you getting a Flash, but I thought it was like the regular, like comic style one.
I think it is. Yeah, he has more yellow on him than what that is.
So I feel like this is probably a good time to wrap things up. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. I want to thank everyone who has joined us for these last 2 hours. Thank you so much for spending time with us and hanging out and listening to our old man rants. Thank you to everyone who donated and also to Brickbinder for becoming a channel member. Don't forget, it's not too late. You can become a channel member anytime, not just when I'm live. Just click on the join button on my channel. I also want to thank Clarkman and his amazing mock building skills there.
Wow.
And of course, my super friend, who can only see half his face, and that is Greg, aka Brickitect.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolute joy. Hopefully, we can do a part 2. Maybe I don't know if we want to do it on here or if we want to do it on your channel.
Doesn't matter to me, man.
I'm really good to know that we didn't get I was going to say Scott, get Dave to turn up with Scott's Toys because I had that video especially for him.
Yay, toys! Yay.
We'll get him. We'll get him some way or another.
Should we save it or should we end it with that clip? Or
I think you should end it with the clip because it's unlikely that he's going to make it. So I think the people deserve it. They were really good to you here, and I think they deserve it.
Okay, then. Well, we'll say goodbye and we'll send you out with a special clip that was meant to introduce Dave if he had joined us late, but unfortunately he's not been able to make it. So don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and we will see you next time.
She with you?
I thought she was with you.